Yes guys, welcome to a brand new video. My name is Conan and today we're going to be going over my 30-day realistic bulking transformation. Let's get into it. So a couple of things you guys got to keep in mind before I get into my bulking transformation is that first of all, I just came fresh out of my competition prep. So the first picture you see here was me at a very depleted state. I was very dry, very little body fat, and I was just ready to get on a bulk. The second thing to keep in mind is that because this is only a 30-day bulking transformation, don't expect to see any crazy results because realistically, you can't really see that big of a difference in only 30 days. So don't expect to see super drastic changes. So with that out of the way, let's get into some progress pictures. So I started this lean bulking phase pretty much this time last month and I weighed in at 135.8 pounds. And now it's about a month later and I woke up at 138.0 pounds. So it's about a 2.2 pound increase in weight, which is absolutely ideal because I'm aiming to shoot for around 1 to 2 pounds per month. And the reason I'm only shooting for about 1 to 2 pounds per month, which may seem like very little, is because if you think about it in the long term, that is 12 to 24 pounds in a year. So that's quite a lot of mass and size. So yeah, it may not seem like a lot in the short term, but in the long term, it does add up quite quickly. And also, if I were to gain a lot more weight month by month, most of that extra weight will probably be body fat and not muscle mass. So really, when it comes to bulking, slow and steady always wins the race. Alright, so the biggest difference I can see right now is just my face. So I think my face on the left looks very sucked in and very dry and just very almost like scary looking, whereas my face on the right feels like it's a bit more, just feels like it has a bit more fat on it, and it just feels like almost just like a normal face in a way. It's hard to explain, but I think you guys can tell the difference as well. And so when it comes to the front shots, I think you can kind of see that I'm holding on to a bit more water weight and I feel like I'm a bit more filled out compared to on the left where I'm a bit more depleted. So yeah, I think that's the biggest difference from the front. So again, the 2 pounds I gained over this month, is it all muscle mass? Probably not. I think half of it at least is water weight, some of it is definitely body fat, and then maybe a tiny little bit of it is muscle mass. Moving on to the side shots, I don't really think there's a big difference in my arms. My arms have always been a weak point for me and I tend to carry quite a bit of body fat on my arms, so I don't really think there's that big of a difference in terms of my arm size, which is definitely a weak point, and I do know I need to work on that a lot more. Moving on to the back, I do feel like my back is a bit more dense, and now again, is this all muscle mass? Probably not. It's just me filling up with water again, filling up with glycogen, and just stuff like that. The 2 pounds I gained is not all muscle mass. Again, it is probably mostly just water weight and some glycogen as well with some body fat and maybe a tiny little bit of muscle. And I'm moving on to the other side of my arm. Again, not really a big difference. My abs are still the same. My arms, biceps, and triceps are still the same as well. And I'm moving on to the front shot again. I do feel like, again, I'm a bit more filled out and I'm not as depleted anymore. Now, here's the interesting thing. I do think my legs have put on quite a significant amount of size in only a month. Now, keep in mind, because this is only a month, it is not that big of a difference, but I do feel like in terms of my entire body, my legs have definitely gained the most amount of size. I wasn't really squatting heavy during my prep, so that's probably why, and now I've been squatting a lot more often, a lot more frequently, and a lot heavier as well. So that's probably the biggest thing that caused this difference. So yeah, I do feel like my legs have grown quite a bit this past month, and honestly I'm just really looking forward to just growing them in general, because again, my legs have never really been a strong point for me. Growing up, I've always been an athletic kid. I did a bunch of running, I did a bunch of like long distance runs and like marathons and just a bunch of running really, and so that's why my legs were never that built to begin with. So I'm really happy with the progress I've made in only a month, and so I'm really looking forward to the progress I will continue to make as the months go on this lean bulk. And now moving on to the side leg, I don't really think there's that big of a difference there, especially my hamstrings. Don't really see that big of a difference there either. There's not that much definition on my hamstrings because I feel like it's just covered in fat in general. My hamstrings were never really that lean to begin with, so yeah, again, not that big of a difference, although I have noticed that my strength and I have just gotten generally a lot stronger in my hamstrings, especially with the deadlift and RDL. But yeah, again, it's mostly just covered in fat, so you can't really tell that big of a difference. And I was gonna show my calves as well, but considering that they just simply don't grow, I'm just not gonna show it here. But keep in mind, I do still train my calves 2 times per week with my leg days, so don't think that I neglect them. I do still train my calves, don't you worry. And I actually have been implementing progressive overload, so we're not just slacking on them, we're training them hard, heavy, and just we are training them. So trust me, I know I didn't show them, but just trust me on this, I did train my calves. And that's pretty much what the physique is looking like 1 month into our lean bulk. So again, nothing crazy, no real crazy progress here. And again, one thing to keep in mind is that we did literally come out of our competition prep. So the picture on the left was me very depleted, very slim, very skinny, very sucked in. Whereas the picture on the right, I mean, I'm holding on to a bit more water weight, I'm filled back out again, and I just generally feel a lot better. We went from 135.8 pounds at the start of August to 138.0 pounds in the start of September. So again, that is about a 2.2 pound weight increase in a month, which is absolutely ideal. As I mentioned in the beginning of today's video, we're aiming for about 1 to 2 pounds per month, so we're right on track. Now moving on to my training, as you guys know, I'm following an upper-lower split, so we're hitting our upper body 3 times a week and our lower body 2 times per week. I've noticed that increasing my frequency, especially for my upper body, has just allowed me to hit my muscle groups a lot harder while still recovering adequately in between sessions. So again, going into each and every session, I just feel really strong because I'm not like torturing my one single muscle group with like 20 sets. We're literally only hitting each muscle group for about 3 to 6 sets, but keep in mind, those 3 to 6 sets are super hard. Like, they're all out with all the energy I have. So honestly, I've really been liking this program so far. Really been preferring this over all the other programs I've done in the past, and we're literally making PRs every single week. So yeah, again, feeling strong in the gym, feeling really good, making PRs, getting stronger, lifting heavier weights, and everything is just going really well. So yeah, this is just a couple of my clips for my upper body today. Again, just feel really good and making gains every single week. Okay, now moving on to the nutrition side of things. This is probably the one aspect I've had to be pretty flexible with because we made some pretty drastic changes. So I started this bulk eating about 2,400 calories, which to most people doesn't seem like a lot, but you gotta keep in mind, when I was prepping for my show, I was down to like 1,500 calories every single day. So that's quite a big jump for me. And so as the weeks have gone by, I've gradually increased the calories and gotten rid of my cardio. So right now, we're not really doing any strict cardio whatsoever. I'm still super active throughout the day. I still try to get anywhere from 12 to 15,000 steps every single day, so it's not like I'm sitting on my butt all day. We're still active, we're still moving. And then when it comes to my caloric intake, we went from 2,400 calories at the start of August to now we're at about 2,800 calories. So yeah, right now we're eating quite a bit of food, at least for me. And yeah, we haven't really gained that much body fat. And in general, I just feel a lot better. So yeah, again, we went from 2,400 calories to 2,800 calories in the space of 4 weeks, which does sound like a pretty big jump. But you gotta keep in mind that I was still slightly reverse dieting out of my competition prep. And as we speak today, I may still adjust my calories. So for those of you that care, I tend to change my calories every single time I hit a plateau. So if I notice that my weight is plateauing, I'm not making any strength gains in the gym, I still look the same in the mirror, that's when I know I gotta make changes to my diet. So with that said, I think that's everything I wanted to cover in this 30-day realistic lean bulking transformation. So again, I mentioned this in the beginning of today's video, but you gotta keep in mind, because this is only a 30-day transformation, this isn't like a crazy 2-year, 1 year, whatever year crazy transformation. Like, this is literally just in the span of 30 days, so you shouldn't really expect any drastic changes. But the main purpose of this video was basically just to kind of show you what a realistic bulking transformation could look like within 30 days. Now keep in mind, if you are a beginner, you can make a lot faster changes, whereas if you're more advanced, it may be a bit slower. It just all kind of depends on your experience level and how structured your plan is. The second purpose of today's video was also just to kind of help me keep myself accountable in a way, because had I not planned out to make this video, I would never have made these progress videos or these progress pictures. So honestly, thank you guys, and thank you to myself for filming it and kind of helping me stay accountable, because without you guys watching it, I probably wouldn't have filmed this video, and I probably wouldn't have made the progress I made so far. So moving forward, let me know, would you guys like to see another 30-day bulking transformation, or do you guys just want to see something else? Like, let me know, because I did kind of enjoy filming this video and kind of sharing the progress, because again, it kind of helps me stay accountable to myself, and it may also help you guys to see what a realistic 30-day bulking transformation could look like, and also kind of give you some insights into my diet, my training, and stuff like that. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see more of these types of videos, or if you just don't want to see them at all. Anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, please be sure to go give this video a thumbs up. I would highly appreciate it. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.